Zach will turn over and say, "Hey Mel, why don't you take a break here for a moment? Come over here, help us with some plans that we're putting together."
What? Yeah, sure. Just a second. He'll drop his tools and wipe greasy hands on already greasy clothing, and join you guys back over at the campfire, sitting next between Evelyn and Domhnall.
So, tell me, Mel, the damage to the tires. How long have we been traveling with that? It's been leaving a pretty deep track, yeah?
It has. I should be able to get it fixed before we head out, but we've been traveling like that since the battle.
Good, good. So, they're gonna follow that track without question. I mean, that's a big beacon here in the middle of the sand. So I suggest we use an area along that track to plant our diversionary tactic. Mel, you and the kids are going to go on, and we're going to slow down. We're going to be your rear guard, I guess you could say. We're going to slow down and trick Maneater and her army.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
That's not all I need to know. The lives of the kids are in my hands.
I turn and look at Mel. I believe that was a threat.
No, it wasn't a threat. This is just a misunderstanding, Zach says. We need to help each other out, right, Mel?
Fair assessment, yeah.
So, now what Zach is going to do, I don't want to explain that we're hunting down Maneater, what our objectives are, that we work for an organization. That should still be blanked. But the plan is pretty much going to be the exact same plan.
In any case, if this plan's gonna work, I gotta get the truck up and running. To get back to it, he says, handing the empty bowl. I guess Dom, who's sitting next to him.
I do not want this.
And he goes back over to the truck. You hear the sound of engines coming. And very quickly, they get louder and louder until two cars drive up. They see Oak standing over what they assume is a dead person. And they drive up very, very quickly. They pass most of your ambush places. And they drive up like this, and then they do one of those, like, hip cool...
Yeah, thank you, Squee. Thank you for the sound effects.
They did a handbrake turn?
I prefer the hip cool...
I don't even need to add a sound effect in post. That was great.
The term you're looking for is sick drifty.
That actually kicks dirt onto Oak's feet and all over Core. And four cultists step out of the cars with guns raised at Oak. The lead one, the one closest to Oak, says, "You're a long way from home, friend."
Oak looks back a bit. Took you long enough, huh?
They look at each other. "You know something about what we're after? Maybe you're one of them. Maybe we should kill you right here." And he takes a step towards you.
Oak laughs a bit. One of them. You mean like this one? As he, actually rather, loudly kicks the side of Core.
One of the cultists goes up to Core and looks down at him. "He looked dead, boss." And the boss says, he puts the barrel of his gun in Oak's face and says, "What you about?"
So, I heard a powerful lady runs this place. Any chance she's looking for a new recruit?
"Manslayer ain't need no recruits, man." And then you hear from back there, "I think he's one of them, boss. He looks like one of them. Same description that they gave the man at the bar." And the guy with the gun in the face goes, "Is that true? You that man at the bar? You kill my brothers?"
More like what was one of them. They didn't take kindly to my opinions.
When we get to the destination, Zach's going to look to Jack and he says, you know, those vehicles of theirs, terrifying, fast, filled with weapons, yes, but they got one big disadvantage. I bet you we're going to be able to hear them before we see them.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, I'm not too sure exactly. Lucian, how long does it take you for you to prepare to pretend being a corpse?
Oh, well, pretending to be dead, that's just something I can do, normally. Stopping my heart, you know, making my pulse grow cold, all that I can do like that, but, well, it only lasts a little while, so, yeah.
Okay.
It'll stand up to any sort of inspection, for all intents and purposes, absolutely dead, but I'll only have a few minutes that lasts before it goes back to just normal old playing dead.
Okay, so maybe you should just hang back, lying on the ground, and wait to engage that when possible. Is it going to give you away?
No, shouldn't at all.
Should we perhaps make your death seem more convincing? I draw my sword.
Bloodying him up is not such a bad idea, because they are going to ask. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have to start cutting you, but we're definitely going to have to rough you up. Badly.
Oak already has a switchblade out.
Well, is Oak familiar with mixing? He's made tea before, and he was really good against the alcohol that we were given at the bar. Maybe he knows some kind of poison mixture he could have given Cor.
It's true. Oak, is there a way for you to make it look like he ingested some sort of poison?
Symptoms of poison. Vomiting would be probably around the dead body.
Okay.
I slowly turn and look at Oak, sweat beading on my brow now.
Besides that, it would just be a dead body.
Okay. Lucian, can you vomit?
No, I'm not gonna do that. I just got the coffee in me. How about this? Cor holds up his hands and just snaps his finger in his face. He collapses on the ground instantaneously as a corpse.
Zach will step up and say, I don't know if it necessarily has to be on him, but it's true, we can't take risks regardless of how squeamish people are. Give me a moment. And with that, Zach will take his index finger and he'll shove it to the back of his throat and try to force himself to vomit. Next to, like right next to Lucian's head area.
Riveting tabletop role-playing games.
I love it. While you're vomiting near Lucian, I turn to Oak.
A sentence I never thought I'd ever hear.
Yep.
While you're doing that, I turn to Oak. Perhaps we should rough you up a little to make it seem as though he resisted.
Oak blinks at him for a second. If I wanted to poison someone, there would be no resistance.
Oh my god, that sounds scary. It's so scary.
That makes sense.
Though you are right, he would be convulsing for upwards to 6 minutes.
Perhaps then we should arrange your uniform in such a way that it might appear messed up.
Oak nods, also blinking his eyes, which you haven't seen him do until now for some reason. He starts shifting his clothes slightly. It looks like he's not really doing it so it's like roughed up, it's just not particularly in the correct position. It's sort of twisted here and there.
I believe that will suffice.
So, Lucian, you can smell vomit. That's definitely close enough to smell.
I cancel the death trance quietly, turn my head away a little bit, and then re-enter the death trance, quietly snapping my finger in front of my face again.
It's gonna get worse, because Zach is gonna take a dabble of that vomit and press it against around the chest of him. and right on just a little tip on his chin. We have to make it look like he's the one who puked. I know it's gross, but we're saving children. I'm
in agreement.
And also, he's in a death trance right now, so he might not know until he wakes up again.
He kind of knows.
While you're vomiting, I take out my walkie-talkie.
Evelyn has her index finger and her thumb on the bridge of her nose. She's like,
Okay, wait, who's puking? Which one?
And now he's rubbing it on his chest.
Who is rubbing who on what chest?
My brother is gross.
What? Alright, so let me understand what's happening. Cor is presumably, he looks dead or at least unconscious. And, Zach is vomiting and putting it a bit on his shirt and on his chin.
To make it seem like Oak killed him, poisoned him.
I suppose that makes the most sense, although I don't feel the greatest at the moment. Charlotte, could you just go with the...
There is no need for you to vomit as well.
Evelyn, lurches over Charlotte.
I'm sorry, I hope this doesn't downgrade me.
Aw.
The other cultist bends down and starts checking Cor's body very, gingerly, completely avoiding the throw-up sections. Kind of, grabs him by the hair and moves him a little bit. And I want to stress, does not actually check a pulse or anything that is covered by vomit and just puts down, yeah, he definitely dead, boss. The guy with the gun in Oak's face says, what are you talking about? You kill one of them? Aren't you with them? And your opinions? What opinions?
Well, as you can see, we're just a small group that rolled into town. I knew we didn't have any chance. They clung on to something that didn't exist.
They look at each other. The hell are you talking about?
That's why I was laughing. I'm like, he's using two big words. He's getting really philosophical for these stupid fucks.
What I am talking about is I do believe Manslayer is the one true, say, ruler of this place. And they, as he kicks the corpse again, disagreed.
He looks at you and kind of looks down at the dead body and looks back at you. What are you saying? You're saying you're not with him anymore?
That is what I am talking about.
The one in the back goes, I don't know, boss. Sounds fishy to me. Why should we believe you, boy? Huh? Why shouldn't we just shoot you right here?
Because I can be an asset as he looks towards it, towards the dead body, as well as I got, I know what they're packing.
The leader looks around and he goes, hell's an asset, boy?
Oak in his mind is screaming to himself. This is against everything that he stands for. I can kill them pretty good. As well, I know what they have as their big blasty bits.
He nods. Well, why didn't you say so, boy? You say you want to join us, then. You know where they are? You know where the kids are? You know where Mel is?
I can point you with my hand.
Oh, good. Point me, boy.
He goes, now I ain't dumb here. Once I point, I'm quite... He stops to rephrase himself. how I know you not going to shoot me up.
Pause, and then you hear from like one of the back ones. You got a point, boss. Why don't you point it out to me, and I give you I give you my word I won't shoot you.
Yes. I've been hit in the head when I was a boy. I would like to make a deal. I point you until you find them, and then we can discuss, talk about joining you.
Deals. I don't make the deals. I'm not the deal maker.
Then who is the deal maker?
Well, you stupid boy. Everyone knows make the deal maker. Manslayer make the deal maker.
Ah. Oak sits there stands there for a moment thinking. So, how do I get? I still don't know how to get in the gang. How do I get in the gang? He's actually a little flustered at the moment.
Could I, since I'm within range, I would like to read the surface thoughts of the leader that's been talking to him using my telepathy.
Okay. So here's, and I believe the surface thought this lasts for a few minutes, right?
Yeah, 2 minutes per level of experience. So for me, 4 minutes.
You get a few things. The first and foremost that this man that he's dealing with must be some sort of idiot, because he doesn't know a whole bunch of things. Second, he's wondering if he should just shoot him right then and there, or if he'd get in trouble if he did that.
Okay. Now, can you just name off, say, 2 or 3 reasons why he thinks he's stupid and things that he don't know?
Yes. He's using words that aren't real. Doesn't know that Manslayer is obviously the only one that can make deals.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks weird. Like he's pale-ish.
Okay. So now I would like Zach to send a telepathic communication to Oak and send him a message as this. They're pretty suspicious. They don't like how you look or how you're acting. You're using 2 big words. The only thing that's stopping them from killing you is that they're afraid they're going to get in trouble. I'm going to keep scanning their minds and giving you insight as much as possible.
Oak's eyes move back and forth. He then says, how about... I'm really interested... I would like to live. So, how about if I give you some food, point, then I can be part of your gang, yes?
Give us some food, point out where the kid's at, and then you want to be one of us?
I would rather not be shot, as you say.
Zach? Get an image. You get a reading surface thought of... not frustration, more like indignation of basically, what's it going to take for this guy to get it? I don't make the deals.
Okay. Zach will say he doesn't make any sort of deal. You can't appeal to him. Manslayer is the top dog. He doesn't know what to do.
While you do that, what the cultist says is, "Hey, you stupid or something? I told you I don't make the deals. I told you I don't make the deals. If you want to make deals, you talk to Manslayer."
Alright, how do I talk to Manslayer?
There's actually a very long pause, Zach. You get confusion and bewilderment. Like you hadn't thought that far.
Yeah, it's pretty empty up in here, even in their surface thoughts.
Then, very slowly, the boss... It starts slowly and then gathers steam. Well, you give up? Take you? Manslayer? Then, Manslayer says, come back here. Then you point, then we don't shoot. Maybe.
I think Seneca's gonna say to Oak telepathically, I think this is the best deal you're gonna get.
Oak says, I would like that, yes. Like, he's trying to speak to a person, ask you, like, do you want fries with that? And you're like, yes! With fries, small fries.
With that, the guard says, the boss says, check it, boys, check 'em." And then he points to the other, the guy that's sitting next to you or standing next to you and says, you, throw the body in the truck. Manslayer wants it. And the cultist looks at the body with the throw up and then looks back and then looks, and his facial expression is hidden behind the mask and the goggles, but he seems very hesitant. He eventually, though, picks up Lucian's body as the other cultist starts giving Oak a pat down.
What they will find on him. 4 wooden stakes.
You're a vampire?
No, in case of vampires. This guy's prepared.
I'm just imagining, I'm looking at his token right now, going, that face with wooden...
4 wooden stakes, a fillet knife, a switchblade, survival knife, 2 throwing knives, something called a venom knife.
Oh my god.
Whatever that is.
A harpoon gun that has a quantity of 4 harpoons and 4 other harpoons that are colored differently. They can figure out what they mean.
All right. They confiscate all of it. Some of them looking at it like a shiny harpoon gun, etc., etc. They throw you in the back of the blue car, and they throw Lucian on top of you. And then they get in their cars, and they drive off back the way they came.
Okay. As soon as they begin to drive, I'm going to radio to Evelyn and say, okay, come to our position and as fast as you can. Once they get out within 4 miles of us, then I have a really hard time keeping track of them. And they're moving quick.
As soon as you said, okay, Evelyn had the engine on and was speeding off to your general area.
There. Hooray!
And in case you guys
Their head on
see,
the dashboard.
Evelyn's like, every time!
Charlotte, holding her head, says, maybe if you didn't start so fast.
If you would just put on your seatbelt when I ask you to, we wouldn't have this problem.
Charlotte raises an eyebrow, inwardly noting that she gets a bit snippy when she's driving.
All hell has broken loose.
They told me to make him look dead. I made him look dead. What?
Nothing like the real thing.
just don't mind me
Is that a
stepping
crown on his head?
It's a crown.
Yeah, King Deadman.
King Dead.